hello there. Oh, I didn't even do that intentionally. Like, I just as
That's
I
the
finished
script.
that up. Yeah, man.
Recite
Whew.
it. You got it.
Yeah, guys. Welcome to a special edition of the newscast. First, we're on camera, which is not normal for the newscast.
Yes.
And second, we don't have no script, so get that junk out of here, Nick. We decided to give our boy Cody the holiday weekend off, and it just so happened to coincide with a Star Wars Celebration Day. That happened sometime last week.
It's all weekend, I believe.
All last weekend. Yep. Loads of Lucasfilms and mainly Star Wars announcements and teaser trailers and all sorts of fun stuff. So we thought, being a big fan of the Star Wars series, we would just react to all the announcements made at Star Wars Celebration 2022. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Actual faces tonight. Be still, my heart. That's right. Be very still. Yeah, man. You're treated to not Pixel, Mike, Nick, and Chad. Also, I feel bad that
live
Joe,
action.
This is 2 nights in a row that you've been disappointed with no BioSiv commercial. I apologize. We don't do commercials on the newscast, so I'm sorry. Let's have to wait till Thursday. But yeah,
not this public programming.
Yeah, exactly.
Ad free.
Yeah. So I didn't even realize Star Wars Celebration was a thing.
Mm-hmm. Period. Oh wow.
So, do one of you guys want to just explain what the Star Wars Celebration is and how often it happens, etc.?
Maybe this is the first time in the past year or two that it's post-pandemic has been in person, and maybe that's why it's just a little bit more on the radar. But also, this is probably the first time they've had this much of a stack up since the sequel trilogy, right? The kind of hiatus we went on, and just really Mando is kind of carrying the weight of new content. But at this point, they're kind of full stack schedule, which is rolling out content every few months. So, I mean, this is a multitude of things that might have put it back on the radar. But other than that, it happens yearly in Anaheim, California. I just don't know if in the pandemic, if it was in person or
where
not.
all the good stuff happens, right? We got to get out there to California for one of these things at some point.
That would be rowdy.
Yeah. One of those press lanyards.
It did seem like they were doing most of the announcement at the Disney Investor Day or whatever.
Yeah, that was yeah, for sure. 2020 was the big one where they just announced 30 Star Wars projects.
Yeah.
And now 2 years later, they're kind of all tangible. Most of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a big one. And a lot of good stuff. Got some trailers. Got at least 3 trailers, right? 4 trailers, if not just footage. On top of just a bunch of other announcements. And obviously this is Star Wars, but obviously they touch on Indiana Jones made an appearance. Harrison Ford himself was there. And I saw a lot of there were some Lego influencers that were there that I saw. There's also just generally some Star Wars channels that I subscribe to on YouTube that were there. So it's just a huge a huge destination for everyone in that club. And they have the not BB-8 BD-1 Lego set.
Yeah, I saw it. Looks
see
sweet.
that.
Yeah,
that looks really cool.
Very
detailed.
Really cool.
They're getting good with those.
I got my youngest son the Cal Kestis figure, the Black Series figure, and the first one they came with the droid, but the second one came with a spot to put it so you could plug it on his shoulder. I was like, what a freaking cool idea that is,
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Obi-Wan by chance?
I know. Haven't. I've been too busy slamming Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, you have. I knew you had. I didn't know if Nick did it or not. Okay. Just curious.
Yeah, of course.
So I just wanted to say quickly before we dig into the announcements and the trailers and all that fun stuff. we still did amass our giant list of articles that we would have covered in tonight's episode of the newscast. So if you're interested in that, we always post those lists in Discord, and we will be posting the last 2 weeks worth of articles in there. And there are quite a few good ones that were not Star Wars related.
I was going to say there were some good ones.
A lot of good gaming ones, like a lot of gaming ones.
Mm-hmm. And we had a what's playing podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would be cool, man. How cool would that be?
But yeah, so let's dive right in. No more dilly-dallying. We got a lot of stuff to cover here. The first on this list here is, we got an Andor trailer and a release date. I believe this is, one of the top new projects that I'm most excited for and looking forward to. And this is even more exciting. The premiere is August 31st. So we're just, 3 short months away tomorrow, right? Today's the 30th. Yeah. Tomorrow, yeah. 3 months away from finally getting to watch Andor. So this is, of course, a spin-off series following the character Andor from the Rogue One film. And the series will take place 5 years prior to Rogue One. And it was also confirmed that Andor's first season will consist of 12 episodes.
This is awesome.
And a second part is already in the works with another 12 episodes. So we got 24 episodes on the books.
I like the episode count. I wonder if the playtime is going to be a little different, because Obi-Wan is like full hours, full 1 hour episodes. Meanwhile, we know Mando like fluxes anywhere between 25 minutes and an hour. So it'll be interesting. This is the first time like 12 episodes across all of Disney, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
At all. Like, it's the first time they've went over 10 for sure.
Well, yeah, non-animated, because Bad Batch went.
22.
Right? Yeah, that doesn't count. Yeah, that's interesting for sure, because you would have thought that Obi-Wan would have got that episode count, but maybe they had enough to tell their story they wanted to tell.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping, and I was talking with my brother-in-law yesterday at our cookout, and he saw Obi-Wan, and his point was just like, he's like, man, why are Star Wars shows like the live action series cheesy at times? Like, they have some pretty cheese moments in them, right? Whether it's the motorcycles, in
the scooter Boba gang, Fett, the Vespa gang.
There's a couple moments in these Obi-Wan episodes that are definitely kind of like campy, and he was like, it reminds me of old school like sci-fi tropes, like stuff like that, where it's just like,
I think that's because that's where Star Wars got its birth, was in that time frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you could see the older trilogy of movies being kind of cheesy in moments for sure. So I don't know if that's just the DNA carrying over to the newer shows or what, but
yeah. And I kind of said, like, they have so many directors that are passionate about Star Wars, and I think they just like use these opportunities to like do those sorts of fun things, right? But, like, everyone knows they're cheesy.
Yeah.
But I say that because I hope Andor here, like, I would hope, like, especially now that Daredevil and all the Netflix Marvel stuff is on Disney Plus, they should just slap a PG-13 on Andor here and just make it dead serious. And, like, dark.
Yeah.
With no really cheese in it. Like, just.
Yeah.
Well, it being like that spy thriller, it kind of calls for a more serious tone and a little bit of, dark bleakness at times, I would think.
It's just crazy though, because like hopefully they do take that route, but so far they're very consistent outside of Mandalorian, not doing that consistently, avoiding the cheese. Like, they take moments to throw cheese in there for some sort of like family entertainment. I don't know what they call it, but they need to break that.
I hope they take that path, because the first time we see Andor in Rogue One, he does like kind of a despicable act by killing that dude in the alleyway. You know what I mean? So he's got a darker side to him. So I hope that they lean on that. And I haven't seen the trailer yet, so
we got that loaded up here. Let's take a gander. here is the trailer. Let's go on the side here so we get the full screen. Don't want to block anything from the trailer. By the way, this is my first time seeing this trailer, so this is
same
live reaction here.
All three of us.
Dang. That's cool.
Some Mongolian throat singing.
Dude's got a freaking hoodie on. Just a regular old Under Armour hoodie, it looked like.
Imperial gunships.
There he is.
Yeah.
So fat and satisfied.
The man drinking out some Imperial Yetis.
That's
Watching
Have like New York limo going on there.
Oh, I love that guy. He was in Thor. He's a crazy scientist.
There will
Dude.
be no rules going forward. People are standing up.
Is that the Senate room too?
That's what a reckoning sounds like.
Ander! Star Wars Ander. Just take a moment to appreciate that trailer was released 4 days ago and already has 5.6 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, that's the pool of Star Wars there, ain't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, interesting. So that was the Senate room, right? That they showed, like with all the whatever that Obi or Palpatine and Yoda fight in at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
Xander. I gotta say, I like the human clock tower too.
Yeah.
Talk about cheese.
And that
Right
looks
there.
like a young General Hux, but that would be like really young.
That looks
make
like
sense.
young. Yeah, that's true.
The old Huxtable.
But yeah, that's
I mean,
the
that's
Senate.
yeah,
And
it
the
is
Senate's still a thing for sure,
right
at this
Yeah.
time.
And then, can you go back to the hoodie? Because I'm pretty sure that it's
That
like
was real early.
real
on.
early. Yeah, real early. Like he's just got like a legit hoodie on. It's hilarious. Unless it
Yeah,
just
it's
went
right
by
around here.
so fast that.
That's
So yeah, what's going on here? Just like a tribal planet they're landing on?
I love the crash landing.
I mean,
Right.
the Empire's just kind
Right
of
here.
Indoor
over
hoodie
this
watch.
dude
Yep.
right here.
Straight
Yeah,
up.
dude.
It's just
Just a
straight up
straight
a
hoodie.
hoodie.
I love these
What the hell?
things.
Yeah, that's cool. for
Those
sure.
are like Republic gunships, but
Yeah.
Imperial gunship variants. That's really cool.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's kind of spy thriller and kind of James Bond-esque. Like he's going to be in these like weird locations doing missions, so we're probably going to get to see a lot of fresh planets that they can play around with on this.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully,
they-
no tattooing. No tattooing.
Right.
Hopefully, yeah.
I remember them talking like a year ago or so when they released kind of that like behind the scenes footage. Excuse me. That they were talking about how cinematic this show is going to be, which makes me very excited. And a lot of these shots from the trailer here look like we're watching a movie trailer.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I like this like New York limo look here.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
You
I
kind of
like-
see the scene where like
yeah.
someone gets in like a fancy car out in New York City, like all dressed
Yeah.
up, but like they're watching me. Like that's just kind of cool.
Yeah, for sure. The only one I didn't like was like the what looks like, unfortunately, another chase scene with the car flipping over that looks like a car that they took from Earth and put here,
Yeah.
like a muscle car.
That reminded me of Solo.
Yeah.
Solo.
A lot of shots of people's backs.
Oh man, look at that!
Right there, that car there.
There's a few things in here. Those are like, that gear is kind of like the Mimbim Troopers from Solo. There's a lot of Solo carryover they're using in here, which makes sense because it's very
similar
time.
Similar timing, yeah.
This is cool. This is like an Imperial dam on this planet here. I think that's one of those
TIE fighters flying over.
This is cool. Whatever's happening here.
Yeah.
I love the hooded characters.
7 shots of someone's back walking.
Yeah. Are those our clones?
Those are OG clone troopers.
Yeah.
Phase 2.
So okay, hang on, stay here for a second, because what's the timing of this? When's this take place?
5 years before Rogue One,
which is well after Clones, right? So this got to be a flashback.
Or I mean, a group of guys addresses that.
Why are they? Why do you think they're clones?
Because of their armor.
Their armor is clone armor, not stormtrooper armor.
What's the difference?
A pretty substantial difference in the mask, at least. The helmet.
I think they show actual stormtrooper. No. 5 year. Well, let's see what these two are.
Looking crispy.
Those are stormtroopers.
Yeah. You'd have to pull them up side by side for Mike to get it. Look at him; he's still confused.
Like, yep, they still definitely look like white armor.
White. Yep.
But yes, August 31st this year, 3 months away, 24 episodes on the book, and there's something to note here. This is going to be the first Star Wars Disney series that does not utilize, or they say it doesn't, quote, lean on stagecraft, which is their volume, their crazy technology,
the 3D stage,
yes,
AR, VR,
which is very.
It's called the volume. I don't know why they call it stagecraft. It's called the volume.
That seems like it's like maybe the name of the actual art. Stagecraft, maybe,
right?
And then because it's capitalized, so
yeah. I see the difference in the helmets.
Yeah.
Do you see
phase
it now?
1, phase 2, Stormtrooper, then First Order.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. They slowly start to grow facial hair in the helmets.
Yeah, and get a little fatter. They're getting older, so they get a little fatter. Yeah, it's super bizarre though. So it's got to be a flashback, right? It's either here. I'm gonna make a prediction already. It's either gonna be a flashback, which is an easy prediction to make, or it's gonna be like a group of criminals that took that armor from some dead clones and are using it.
Right. Or it could be like holdout. It could be a lot of things, but yeah, the timing isn't perfect, especially with the Bad Batch, because the Bad Batch, and we'll see the next we'll see a trailer for that for the next season on that. But the Bad Batch show, how fast that progressed of them kicking clones out. But they were still around, so could be a number of things going on here.
Joe says, I'm glad you guys can tell. And he's with Nick on this one. Also, I got to say, third thing that makes this a special edition of the newscast, we never pull up comments during the newscast, but you know what? Tonight,
right?
Special night. We want you guys to comment along with us. But yeah, you guys have anything else you want to say about Andor before we move on to the next thing?
No, I don't think so. I'm excited for it. I didn't realize it was coming as quickly as it's coming, to be honest with you. August 31st, is that it?
Yeah. If you're out there watching, go ahead and leave a comment. Let us know if you're excited about Andor and what you're most excited to see happen in this series here. But go ahead, continue. I didn't mean to.
This is Mon Mothma, by the way.
Is it really?
Based on the notes here.
This here looks like a scene straight out of a Mission Impossible movie, to be honest with you, which I really dig. So, yeah, we'll see how this pans out. But yeah, if it's got that kind of Mission Impossible flair to it, I'm all in.
Heck yeah. No, this is exciting. hopefully this seems like it's lining up to be the next kind of Mandalorian staple. Because right now, like, Mandalorian is clearly like the best Star Wars live action show. Continues to be. So maybe this one can like make a play for that role.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping Obi-Wan takes that role prior to Andor, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm excited. And the episode count's awesome, unless, of course, they're all like 15 to 20 minutes long, and then you might as well just make.
They're all just
episodes.
shorts.
Yeah, yeah, right. So we'll move on to our next big announcement here, and it's a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. It was announced in the same, I think it was announced maybe Friday. I believe so. And put a release window and a trailer on it. The release window is 2023. Survivor again is going to follow Cal Kestis. And I believe it takes place 5 years after Fallen Order, which is sweet.
They love this 5-year window.
They do. Yeah, they're big fans. They're big fans of it for whatever reason.
And they also said that it would take place during Obi-Wan.
Here, man. I can't talk Obi-Wan spoilers, but I'm bummed about something. So we'll get to that eventually. But yeah, I thought even when I read this, I was like, dude, the timing is just too freaking perfect, man. It's too perfect. So we still have quite a few episodes of Obi-Wan to come out. So still holding my breath. But
I'm just excited that this between Revenge of the Sith and Rogue One is getting like mega fleshed out.
Yeah.
And I
Great
think
time period.
Yeah, and I'm glad they got to like dry run with the sequels and then a nice solid get their footing with kind of this Mandoverse and like build that all out. And I feel like they should really like click for this like super cool time that everyone wants to see more of. And it's just like the Empire being the Empire.
Right.
This very, very, very sad galaxy of oppression.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we knew this announcement was coming probably sooner than later. It was cool to finally get a trailer for it.
It's crazy they're committing to 2023.
I was going to say, if I'm being honest with you, I almost guarantee this game's going to get delayed, but we'll see. It has been 4 years, I think, since Jedi Fallen Order came out. So that's
just don't eclipse us.
Yeah, don't eclipse us. Yeah. Well, they did put a release window on it.
I don't want to be like sitting in the nursing home, like still awaiting the release of Eclipse.
Yeah.
Here's my Chad prediction. We're gonna get a third Cal Kestis video game before we get Eclipse.
That's a safe bet. Yeah, that's a safe bet for sure.
We're gonna get a Cal Kestis movie before cameo before
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, here, we broke that down a million times. Yeah. It's too obvious for them to put this kid in one of these shows because the model for the character is literally him. So we'll see
Good
if
actor.
it pans out. 5 years though, that's a stretch, man. I like it.
But that ages him, close to his real life age, which then makes more sense to see him in live action because he's not like substantially older than you just played him as.
Right.
But one more thing before we get into this, I just love the utilization of these series and now the video games of filling in the lore and the franchise in between these spots in the movies, between what we're seeing with Marvel and what we're seeing with Star Wars. The use of these shows to just continue to build on stuff that was never fleshed out in movies or adding to things. It's just genius.
Yeah, it's definitely
to be able to use those things in tandem.
It's an exciting time to be a Star Wars gamer. That's for sure. Definitely.
All right, let's see. Haven't seen this. Haven't seen any of these trailers that we're showing tonight.
Oh dear. Looks better than live action.
Yeah.
Tell me, Cal Kestis, why lead when they won't follow?
You shut your dirty whore mouth.
Why fight? When you can't win. What is your next move, Jedi?
We got the goop tubes, Nick.
Okay, so couple things. I think that that's not the Inquisitor. Obviously, it's the same race of. I thought it was the Grand Inquisitor. It's the same race though. This leads me to believe that this is another Jedi that survived the Purge in this tank. Hence the name Jedi Survivor. And there has been rumors that there's going to be multiple playable characters in the sequel. So Cal and somebody else. So that also makes me think that this is a Jedi that survived. I don't know who it is. I don't know if you guys do. I couldn't guess.
Flowing blonde hair.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell a difference between clone and stormtrooper armor. You think we know?
Valid. That was more directed at Nick, I guess.
Well, thank you for being inclusive. Appreciate it.
So yeah, that's what I think that guy is. I don't know if this is like because he's even got the things on the side of his head like the Inquisitor as well.
Maybe he's like the Inquisitor dressed down. No,
I don't know.
He's too old.
He's the Inquisitor that maybe ate too many cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I think it's too. He's definitely too old. Unless timing wise, okay. So yeah, I don't know who this is either. Fallen Order takes place 4 or 5 years after Order 66. So this puts it literally right at Obi-Wan's era. And the Grand Inquisitor is definitely not that old. So I think he's maybe like a leader of some criminal organization, maybe. But I was going to say Black Sun, but they're all...
I hate to say this guy looks like Revan, but it's not.
He does. Yeah, he does look like Revan. That's what I thought too, but it's definitely... I don't think it could be Revan, but...
This stroke here, that move, he looks like Revan
a lot.
But who is that dude?
And I mean, do we know? So yeah, I don't know. He's holding his lightsaber with the left hand too, isn't he? Which is odd. I also appreciate that they fixed his lightsaber, Cal's lightsaber, so it's not all busted looking at the end. They put a nice little cap on it.
That's not what mine looked like in the game when I played. What the heck?
Right. Yeah. 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 And then the other thing that I think is super interesting, I don't know who this could be, to be honest with you. I think it's probably going to be a different Inquisitor that we're going to get introduced to here. I guess that's who that is. The other interesting thing was, I don't know what the droid on the right there.
Yeah, this is just like a fat Utapauan.
Yeah, this gives you like a criminal underworld type of vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I mean he got messed up with them. You know, I could see him getting involved in that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And then this is interesting too, because you see that missing from the trailer are any of the characters that survived at the end of Jedi Fallen Order. So,
dude, Darth Maul's gonna be in this game.
That would be sweet. Yeah, that would be sweet for sure. But this looks like they're crashed on a desert planet. I hope it's not Tatooine. It probably is Tatooine.
I thought it was Dathomir, but it's a little too bright to be Dathomir.
I think it is a little too bright, and they already did Dathomir. And I would imagine they'd go away from there. But we do see that the ship is definitely crashed. We don't see anybody in it. We don't see any remnants of the characters that were in the ship in the first game when we, when the story ended. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think,
Mantis,
yeah, I don't know, man. It doesn't really even look like Tatooine, to be honest with you.
There's like shrubs and stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. What's going on?
Very excited about this, though.
Stormtroopers, and there's that droid again. Went past the screen again. right there. Or is it a case? Oh, it is a
Looks like
case.
a case.
He's carrying a briefcase of some sort. Yep.
We all loved Fallen Order, so we've all been anxiously awaiting for a sequel. So excited that it got announced. What's the release window again? Did they give any?
Just said 2023 is the
2023.
window. So
Thanks for
December
narrowing that down
31st.
for us.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that like when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, dude, like next year is going to be crazy because we're getting Spider-Man 2 in 2023. We're getting this in 2023. We're getting the sequel to Breath of the Wild in 2023, and something else that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Another big game in 2023.
I just like
on
that
the
Cal
docket.
gets his butt kicked all the time. That's my
Yeah.
favorite thing about that character.
Yeah. Well, he's got that like Nathan Drake vibe to him. You know what I mean? Where he's
Yeah.
just constantly getting his ass kicked. But I mean, do you guys line up with me on this dude in the tank being a Jedi? Or maybe he thinks he's a Jedi and this is the Sith looking guy that we're fighting?
Oh man. Cracks that egg open and he's just
Yeah.
like a Sith. He's
Would
actually
we-
Palpatine's like
It's the goop tube.
it's the Abercrombie model Palpatine wanted to inherit.
Yeah. Do we know what Revan looked like by chance? Not to say that
Yeah.
this is Revan, but do we-
Keanu Reeves.
No.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah, he looks like Keanu Reeves. But no, Revan has dark hair.
Okay.
And basically kind of looks like Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Like Neo. The same build and stuff like that. So this is like Jaime Lannister as a Sith.
Yeah, but he just looks so freaking familiar, if I'm being honest with you, and I don't know where that's coming from.
He looks like Cal.
He does kind of look like Cal, yeah.
It's like if Cal had a blonde brother.
Yeah. Huh.
Cal's
Interesting.
dad
Cal's dad? Oh, maybe.
had Cal when he was really, really young.
Yeah.
He had Cal, and then he went into this goop tube stasis.
Yeah,
Just never
Cal's
did.
dad's really only like 28. Cal's like 18.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm curious. I hope, we'll see what the playable characters are. I know a lot of people want the Dathomir Witch to be a playable character in the
that'd be
sequel.
cool.
That'd be
Yeah.
crazy gameplay mechanics to have her.
That's what I thought too. So I think it would be really cool if you were playing both sides of it. So you were playing as Cal and then the other side as that Sith dude. That would be super dope and a super cool way to tell a story side by side like that.
You've been talking about that for a while with like the
Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, it just seems like such a
Could be
cool way.
interesting.
It's a cool way to tell a story. It's like Narcos, they tell both sides of the story. I don't know why it doesn't come out in video games more often, but I think that'd be a really cool way to tell a crime story for sure.
Yeah. Joe says, ooh, I think I need this. Do I need this? Where's the Ebon Hawk? What is that? Ebon Hawk. Ebon
It's
Hawk.
from Knights of the Old Republic. It's your ship.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Nerds.
it's just like whatever Mass Effect ship. Same difference. It's just the ship in the game that you
nice.
get.
And then other game stuff. There's a couple of other things. I might as well just knock them out here. Actually, there might only be one more thing, and that is pretty minimal. But Knights of the Old Republic 2 is getting a Switch release. So I know that game is somewhat popular, the original one on the Switch. I need to go back and play those games because it has been a tremendous amount of time. But that's coming out June 8th of 2022. So if you're into replaying those games on the Switch, it's coming pretty quick next week, right?
Yep.
And I think gaming-wise, that might be majority, if not all, of the major things that were announced. But we got the big one that we've been kind of keeping our ear on through the newscast. I think we reported that the sequel is going to be announced here pretty quick, and finally did get announced, which is sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, moving on from that. So they gave some first looks at this celebration, which was stuff like really only shown on stage there. So the best you can do is like very bad quality from people's phones, like on Reddit. So we're not going to even attempt to show any of that. But the one thing they did in Ahsoka first look, and it basically teased Ezra, Sabine, Hera, Chopper, the whole kind of gang in there. So
I'm so excited for this.
That's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, it's super cool, man.
This one might be the one I'm most excited for, with Andor either like second or third.
The interesting thing is that they just showed in the teaser like a mural of Ezra Bridger, so no actual like character. So
we've talked about it before. This is basically Rebels 2.0. So if we're remembering how Rebels ended, Thrawn has Ezra and Sabine and Ahsoka, are kind of left alone, and it appeared like they were about to head off and try to find their boy. So it would be shocking. Well, first off, Ezra Berger's been cast, so he's in the show. But it would be shocking if he was not in the show. But I'm excited.
They already said that him, all three of them are going to be in it, and they did show. They did have Chopper come out on stage. There's pictures of Chopper as well, and he looks freaking awesome.
Chopper,
man.
I love.
They nailed it. Yeah,
those hilarious droids. See, that's the only cheat. Like that's where the cheat should be in Star Wars. It's with the droids.
Yeah, I agree.
Not like dudes running into like branches and just falling over.
Yeah, right.
Excited to see Sabine in live action.
Yeah.
Hera. So the description here of the footage that was shown begins with Ahsoka on the bridge of the Ghost. Yeah, we get to see the Ghost, baby.
Oh man!
And she's joined by Hera Syndulla, although we only see her from the back, which apparently is a new Star Wars thing they like to do.
Characters from the back.
Yeah. We also get what appears to be a live-action recreation of the final scene of Star Wars Rebels. And we get a look of Sabine Wren from the back, of course, looking at a mural, like Nick said.
Why not release this, though?
Illustrated Ezra Berger.
Saving it. Make them feel special for
exclusivity. Exactly.
Anaheim, California for Star Wars party.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Chad's just like, I want it now.
Oh, I just want to see it now. Yeah, like we might as well just release it.
Super pumped.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna let that one simmer a little while longer before I get too excited about it.
Yeah, but live action Ghost, man, that's got me very excited because I love that ship. That's that's up there for one of my favorite ships in the whole of Star Wars.
Yeah, Ghost.
It's kind of up there because how much interior exploration we get, just like the Millennium Falcon. Like,
right? Yeah.
When you get to be that intimate with like the inside of the ships and stuff, and basically it's like someone's home.
Yeah,
that definitely carries it a long way.
For sure.
And we just got like so long with it too. I mean, 4 seasons?
Oh yeah, 4 great seasons.
But yeah, super excited about that. The next announcement surprised me. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Filoni and Favs were just like on stage, just like hyping up everything, and then they pulled this one out of their like back pocket. I'm super excited about this because I've expressed my interest in this actor all the time.
Yes, this is one of Nick's Jake Gyllenhaal type actors.
Yeah,
secret man crush. But Disney has officially announced Star Wars Skeleton Crew, which is going to be a new Disney Plus original series launching in 2023. Like what? They just straight up stealth dropped this on all of our faces. This will be starring Jude Law. This is created by Spider-Man No Way Home's John Watts and Christopher Ford. Skeleton Crew will follow a group of 10-year-old kids from a small planet who get lost in that galaxy far, far away and must try to find their way home. The story will take place after the return of the Jedi and will fit within the timeline of The Mandalorian and Ahsoka.
Crazy.
More Mandoverse. Which I love how like the Mandoverse continues to grow and be built upon, but it's like almost like a separate.
Yeah, I was gonna say
separate entity.
That's what I find so refreshing. I think about Obi-Wan is that it is not necessarily in that Mandoverse type of deal. So yeah, I mean, I can appreciate that they're going to probably fill it out way more. Like 5-10 years from now, there's going to be a lot that go into that, and I think that's the right way to go. But we do need shows that don't have anything to do with it, like Andor and Obi-Wan and that kind of stuff, to give us a little palate cleanse, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Excited. New show next year. Like what?
Yeah.
Ooh, Jude Law sounds weird.
Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
But it sounds like we will get at least 2 full episodes focusing on the Mandalorian.
Right? Yeah. This is crazy because like I feel like this show is going to come out before the next season of Mando.
Well, that was the other bit though, is they gave us some Mando. They did it like another teaser of season 3 Mando, but that is also in a 2023 window too.
Yeah, February.
So that'll probably be first, and then we'll get the Jude Law stuff. Probably in that Obi-Wan, where Obi-Wan currently is. So it's like Boba Fett, Obi-Wan. So next year it'll be Mando, Skeleton Crew.
So what are some of the details here of the season 3 thing of Mando?
I think it's pretty barren, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the footage was just just like kind of a reel, and just reintroduces like a bunch of characters that we already know about. But I think the biggest takeaway from it was Bo-Katan is back, and she seems to be on a conflict path with Mando here. So that was destined to come interesting, because last time they met, she kind of offered him the olive branch of like, hey, come hang out with us and do cool Mando things. But he's kind of on this whole thing like, I am the Mandalorian.
Yeah. It's interesting. What I found most shocking out of this, and correct me if I'm wrong, we don't know anything about a Boba Fett season 2, right? Did they say that it's not coming?
They did. It's open ended.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So
I think it's going to happen.
Do you?
2024. I think there will be more Boba.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I felt it odd that they wouldn't at least announce that here in some capacity.
What will, if we don't get a Boba Fett near term or at all, he will definitely be in season 3, because if Mando's going to go up against Bo-Katan,
he's going
to call on his boy there, and then his boy's gang, and they're just going to lay it down.
Yeah, and if I'm being honest, that's a brilliant prediction, because that would really pull together why Mando was even in Boba Fett to begin with.
Yep.
They had to show that he was helping. Yeah, that's perfect, man. That's a great prediction. You might be right on that.
I mean, they flew out of that bombed out building and were just like twins, just like roasting,
wrecking. Yeah, that's a great prediction for sure.
They're in it to win it.
Into win. And
he's got the Darksaber, man. You can't, once you got that thing, you can't just give it up.
True.
And they've already proven that, like, he fights for it, because Pre-Vizsla there was like, it's mine.
Yeah.
He's like, nah. And he has to go on that adventure. Yeah, this isn't the Mando recap, but he's got to go on that adventure to Mandalore. Like, they're going back to Mandalore at some point.
Yeah.
Season 3.
He's on the quest of redemption.
Actually, you know what? They actually, I think, teased like imagery of Mandalore for this footage too.
I think I did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going down.
Yeah, man. Exciting. In February, I mean, that's it's not as far away as we think it is. So
not at all. Moving on, we get some Bad Batch season 2 official trailer. I think we're just gonna peel right into that. The only it's a fall 2022 release, so this year, which is exciting.
Oh
wow! And a Wookiee Jedi.
Oh, double wow!
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 Go play.
You can buy your freedom.
There she is.
You can have a future. Isn't that what you're after?
We're already free.
Clearly, you're not paying attention to what's happening out there.
It is time for a new era.
Oh, let's go, bro. Nick's favorite ships.
There are others out there who need our help. We'll take all the allies we can get.
There he is. Oh, she's
Let's get to work.
Cartoons and anime are just so much more hype than live action.
Dude, so hype. There were commandos in there too. Did you see the commandos?
Yeah.
Oh man, hype.
Live action gets it for like moments, but like I don't know, like anime just slaps all the time.
That her like little leather cap helmet thing.
Yeah.
Totes Dorbs. Love it.
Well, they're also they're coloring up their armor. Like they have this orange thing going on.
Yep.
He's got like this looks like fabric in and around. Like that's cool.
Yeah. Dig it, man. Dude, I'm pumped about. I love the commandos. Like I think they are just so badass looking.
Where about was that?
I think
was
you
in
just
this.
passed it. Right there.
They are.
Oh, dude, they're so cool, man. Absolutely love the commandos.
And they're going to be.
They like transition to being like the trainers for the stormtroopers, right? So
the Empire kept them around because to train the slackjaw stormtroopers, which they didn't really do a good job. But there are better stormtroopers than the usual recruits.
I'm just amped, man. I hope that we at some point in our lives get a Republic Commando sequel to the game, dude. That game was so fun. Doesn't hold up as well as I would hope.
There it is.
Yeah, man, this is hype too for sure.
And it's cool that Palpatine has such a forward presence in the Bad Batch because it is right off of the heels of Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
And he was much more forward facing in this time before he kind of went secluded toward like Return of the Jedi and like when the original trilogy happens. He was more of just kind of like more of a myth, not a myth, but it's very mysterious, like who's Palpatine, who's the Emperor, who's Darth Vader, even right. But in this show, he's making speeches. The Senate's still a thing. It's just it's good.
It's so cool, man.
This fall, man, getting right to it. Well, I guess it's already been. It'll be 2 years. That was just last year.
Was it just
last
year?
summer?
I feel like it was. Yeah, you might be right. It was last. Yeah,
it was just last year.
Yeah, that's a quick
battle droids. Phase 2 clone
nice. So that's got to be it. That definitely has to be flashback stuff there. Yeah, for sure. Because all those droids were powered down, correct?
There's still some that crept out. There's some Clone Wars episodes.
I thought it'd be really cool to see one of those in the kind of original trilogy time frame as like a bounty hunter, even though they're totally incompetent idiots. But it'd be cool if like one of them survived and was like an IG-88 type of bounty hunter droid. Would be so cool. I was actually kind of shocked that they did not model those droids in the prequels after IG-88 and making, because I think those droids are more intimidating looking than what we got in the prequels.
I mean, what's this thing?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like a droid. It looks like, you know what? It's the, isn't there the droid that uses like the sword?
Yeah,
I can't remember the name. The assassin
droids.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. But it's beefy. Nah, this can be good.
Yeah, man, looks great.
There's more of the commandos.
Oh, more commandos, dude. They're just such a cool design, with the blue,
the glowing visor is like what the big thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that color.
Just it gives them a very creepy, ominous look,
Love it.
I would love if we got a spin-off Commandos show and during the Clone Wars, because we see them a little bit, I think, throughout Clone Wars, but never a like arc devoted to them. Correct? Not that I remember, at least.
They were involved in, yeah. There's definitely not enough to warrant like the Bad Batch got their own like 4-episode arc.
Yeah,
and then they got their own series.
Yeah.
I mean, they just need to make like a PG-13. I'm just gonna keep saying that PG-13, like Republic Commando. If Andor is like the spy thriller, well, it would be like a war movie.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it'd be like a Navy
Saving Private
military.
Ryan.
Yeah,
you got the sniper, like all the crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think like
commandos are just picking up their body parts on the beach.
Yeah. I think of like the last 40 minutes of Zero Dark 30. Have you guys ever seen that about the Bin Laden raid? Like that whole raid, a commando show with those kind of raids, dude. Oh, dude, it'd be so cool, so cool.
Cool. Well, this is now that got me hype. I'm excited for that
for sure. I do want to point out. Go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe round 2 of companion series of Bad Batch.
Yeah,
maybe. There's so many episodes. So
it's
brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah, that's what when I said that I wanted to do that Demon Slayer season 3 companion series with Brady. There's just a lot going on there because we would have to like watch it in Japanese, because it comes out months before in Japanese. Just a lot of episodes and a lot of Japanese audio to get through with an 8-year-old,
Yeah.
But I do want to point out something else that was announced here. I don't know if we were going to get to it. I'm super hyped for this. I don't know if anybody else is, but Star Wars Vision 2 is making a return spring of 2023 with Volume 2. And that was the anthology anime series. And I thought it was freaking stellar, dude. Some of them are trash. I'm not going to lie. But some of them are like, I was really hoping that they were doing this Volume 1 to kind of test popularity and then pick one of them up for a series of some sort. But that first one, they actually put out a manga called Star Wars Ronin, and it's based off that first episode. So I hope we see that guy again.
Episode, and I like that. I haven't seen anything else though.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's definitely ones that stack up to that first one, but that first one's my favorite. And it's just me being the weeb that I am. You know what I mean? It's entirely based off of Seven Samurai, one of my favorite samurai movies, with a Star Wars flair. It's like really bizarrely combined, like in my head, and they took it out and made a show out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Well, we did get an announcement of an animated anthology series.
Yes.
That would be Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So what did you learn about this, Chad?
Yeah, so this is going to follow various Jedi. I think it was either during the Clone Wars or with the Clone Wars animation, or both. But I do think that we saw Count Dooku as a Jedi in one of the stories, which is super cool because we've never, at least in my memory, never seen Dooku as a Jedi. Have we, Nick?
Not as a. There might be some things somewhere where there's some Clone Wars stuff, or maybe like flashbacks or references to him, but nothing like hard.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's super cool to see that. We're also going to see stories of Ahsoka. I'll eat up any more animated Ahsoka stuff, so give it to me all day. And then we're going to get Qui-Gon, stories with Qui-Gon, with Liam Neeson reprising his role as Qui-Gon, which is super, super cool. But yeah, I don't know that we get a trailer of any sort. I think they were just still images.
Here's like one of the stills, which is cool. Is this like Baby Ahsoka?
I'm thinking it definitely is Baby Ahsoka, right?
Is that when they come kidnap her to be a Jedi?
To get her, yeah. Which is cool because we've seen
the Jedi.
We've seen that, we've seen that story pan out with Anakin, so it'd be so cool to see her kind of origin story because I don't think that we've seen it necessarily, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know that we've heard of it.
No, she shows up in the movie.
Yeah.
For Clone Wars, and it's like, you're the apprentice of Anakin now.
And then I'm, I love Dooku. I'm one of probably the few people that maybe does, but I'd love to see him as a Jedi because that's always been an intriguing part of his life for me. So it's cool that we're going to get it animated. And then who doesn't want more Qui-Gon in their life? I'm all for that. and it's cool that Liam Neeson's coming back.
Yeah. I have a particular set of skills.
And here's Nick. This looks dope, dude. I'm not gonna lie. This would go perfect on my dresser upstairs, but I don't know that I have the patience to put it together. So maybe I'll buy one.
I'll build it for you.
You can build it for me, yeah.
Yeah. I'll do that in like 30 minutes.
And
So
Nick's
cool.
showing, of course, the Lego BD1 droid.
Oh yeah.
Those of you audio only listeners out there,
it looks cool. The eye, I love the eye.
How tall is it?
It looks pretty big, dude.
That's probably about like 18.
Yeah.
18 inches,
bro. Dang.
That's a solid kit right there.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the little wires down here. That's a good touch.
For sure.
They should give you the parts. They actually might do this based on the way this
colors.
Red is.
Yeah.
Like the way that red is on there makes me think that they might have that as an option. If not, it would be really easy to recreate. Those parts are very common, and you just swap them out, make them green, orange, whatever you want.
Yeah, that's cool.
So there was a lot of Obi-Wan talk and Hayden Christensen talk of Vader and stuff. We're just gonna kind of skip over that because that's
just go watch the show.
Yeah, just go watch the show. We did get some news of a High Republic kids show called Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures, but that's going to be aimed towards like pre-K, kindergarten.
Oh, I can watch that with my 2-year-old.
Like little kids.
Yeah,
should be sweet.
I got to be honest though, not necessarily what I want for the first thing out of the High Republic is a kids show. That's just my personal like. It'd be cool if we got something different.
Well, if they start them young, they're gonna love it. When they get like 8 years old, then you drop the like Clone Wars anime on them. Then when they're like 14, you drop the like live action series. That's what's gonna happen.
Yep.
Yes, just culture them as they grow. And that kind of wraps up the Star Wars news. And of course, Lucasfilms has their hands in several other properties. We got a still image, the first image, in fact, of the Indiana Jones 5 movie with the apparently ageless Harrison Ford walking across the bridge. It's actually a really cool image. Like you just see his silhouette. Not a big Indiana Jones guy, but I'm sure a lot of people are excited about this. But this brings up an article that I did find that I wanted to just briefly say the title of and implore you guys to go read the article. Anyone listening, go read the article. But everyone's favorite Kathleen Kennedy recently revealed that they will not recast any iconic Star Wars characters again. And this is referring to Solo and the recasting of, a young Harrison Ford to play a young Han Solo. I saw this and immediately got angry. Oh no, Chad, I'm doing the random thing. Or just randomly my throat gets super dry and I can't breathe or swallow.
So she's specifically saying they are not going to recast younger versions with younger actors of older characters.
Yep.
That's
dude, I don't know what the hang up with Solo is, man. Every time, even now when I go back and watch it,
good.
I love it. Dude, it's fantastic. And he is great.
It's so good.
So I don't know what I think the problem is like you said, it was the people were kind of getting sick of Star Wars or whatever, so it didn't perform in the box office. So they took that as this kid sucks as Han Solo, which is not why that movie didn't do well in the box office.
It's a great Star Wars movie.
I think years from now, much like the prequels are kind of going through that right now, people are going to love that movie in years from now.
Well, yeah, the issue is I'll just say it again. There was like 4 Marvel movies in that 6-month window. There was 2 Star Wars movies too, because we just had one of the sequel movies come out that December, and this came out in the traditional May release date. Yeah. So it's simply movie theater goer burnout. Like the average moviegoer is not going to go see a Disney movie every single month of the year.
Yeah.
let alone any other studio maybe they want to go see like Mission Impossible that probably came out around the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you
It's
just
just
can't
got
put that
me.
many movies out.
Yeah, it's just
Saturate.
got me bummed though because there were some. I mean, it just built up stuff that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
It built up, bringing
Maul
back, and that's just gonna fizzle out and it sucks. It sucks.
Amelia
dude.
Clarke.
And I feel bad for him. I can't remember his name.
It's like
Unfortunately, Aldrin something or
yeah.
something like that. I feel bad for him because I think he nailed it, dude. I gotta be honest. I think he nailed it. I think he did as good as he possibly could have done.
Alden Ehrenreich Ehrenreich.
And it
but also, the same movie, Donald Glover is a young Lando. I mean,
Lando.
That was great. He did pretty. He was awesome,
dude. He was great, and I thought I had heard that they were doing something with that, like a Lando series, a young Lando series.
That's actually still happened, like still in the works.
Well,
that was
now it doesn't really sound like it.
No, it
or
is.
They're talking about like moving forward.
Yeah, but that is moving forward.
But they already recast him, and he's appeared in something. I think they're talking.
Okay, well then, and by that logic, then we should be able to get young Han Solo back with Alden or whatever his name is. You know what I mean?
Would hope so. I am not a fan of Kathleen, so I think she can take this and shove it. There were also a couple articles that I found just giving some more information on the Acolyte series. So that's still, in the works. And also Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie this is just the headline. I don't have the article up, but Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie is the next film in the franchise.
Yeah, I heard that.
So that's interesting. And Kevin Feige's is still far off. So interesting stuff there. But yeah, we got the Indiana Jones still, and then we got a trailer for the new Willow series, which we were talking about before we went live. None of us are super familiar with Willow. The movie came out, and what did we find? 1988. So I was a grand old 1-year-old at the time. But this movie had a massive cult following, and a lot of people are very hyped for this series. So we got the trailer here. Let's take a gander at it.
There is a story of a child destined to be an empress, and the unlikely hero who would protect her.
Returning from the film.
There is a balance between all things. Light and shadow. Good and evil. When that balance is upset, the universe corrects.
The world needs you again. It needs your magic.
Into the unknown. That's where we must go.
Fun.
Yeah, it looks all right. I'm not gonna lie. I know nothing about Willow, and I've never even heard of it up until this moment right now. But yeah, it looks cool, man.
It's coming November, right around the corner. 20
years later.
Yep. Yeah, they busted out of that 5-year window, but they stayed in the fives table. I can't. It's still divisive by 5, so
yeah,
we're good. We're covered.
It just it's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that pretty much I think wraps up all the big points here of the Star Wars Celebration 2022. You guys got anything else you want to add here before we wrap up?
You got it.
I got it.
Go for it.
Nailed it.
Well, Joe says my wife cried at this trailer, so I'm assuming he's talking about Willow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. After looking up the movie on IMDb, I kind of like want to go back and watch it. And then now the series is coming out. Maybe I'll watch the movie, then check out the
continuation of the movie. So
yeah.
No remakes here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that'll do it here for the special edition of the Show Boys Newscast. This was fun. I like doing reactions. Hopefully you found it entertaining, informative, if you will. If you're like me and are maybe new to the Star Wars fandom and didn't even realize that they have a Star Wars celebration every year.
Or what a clone trooper looks like.
Oh yeah, or what did you call it? Phase 2 clone trooper.
That's why I'm here.
I did want to ask one thing. Like, what is this? Like the Star Wars Rebellion thing, like that Vanity Fair article, like, and then I saw a headline saying like the Star Wars Rebellion will be televised and all this stuff. Is that just like the compilation of all these new shows and series and stuff?
Yeah, so Andor is essentially like the birth of the rebellion, in the greatest sense, and Obi-Wan technically in the Age of the Rebellion. If anything, you can say this is the Age of the Rebellion, all the non-Mandoverse content, or it is the era of the Empire, whichever side you prefer.
Yeah. Right on. It's exciting stuff. It's a great time to be alive, and even better time to be a Star Wars fan. So thank you guys for tuning in the newscast. Make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you subscribe here to our YouTube channel, and leave some comments. Let us know which one of these announcements you're most excited for. Are you a big fan of Willow? Highly anticipating the series. You can't wait for the Rebels 2.0 series to begin in Ahsoka. Let us know in the comments below what you're most excited for. Yeah, what do you guys got? Anything? Nothing? Ready to get out of here?
Shut it down.
All right, you guys have a great one. We'll see you Thursday right here for another episode of Show Boys Podcast. You have a great night.